Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
Shout out bros, keep my eyes in the sky, cause that's where I'm moving. Say they wanna read my mind.
The 2017 NBA draft was viewed as one of the better drafts in recent history because of the amount of star power and quality role players, all stuffed in together at once. And there was a ton of steals due to that. Kyle Kuzma was damn near a second round pick, and so was Josh Hart. My dog John Collins, who's looking like a stud, was picked at 19. Jordan Bell and Dylan Brooks were second rounders. And the best rookie out of this class, Donovan Mitchell, was picked at 13. Last year's draft was loaded and there were steals all over the place. And the 2018 class could contain the same. Today we're going to be discussing which players are overlooked and who could turn out to be major steals.
Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me. Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me.
First up, let's start off with Wendell Carter Jr. from the Chicago Bulls. Now, when the Bulls selected Carter, a lot of Chicago fans weren't happy at all. This whole time, they were thinking Michael Porter Jr. was going to be their guy. He was still available for the Bulls at the 7th pick, so they went with, of course, the safer fit and pick. The 6'10", 260 center has honestly been just as good as anybody in this draft. Not only did Wendell put up numbers in summer league, but he also showed a lot of promise by displaying his entire skill set. Mans is a monster shot blocker with great defensive instincts. He plays with a lot of hustle on that end of the floor, and man, overall he's just a really smart, smooth player. And I believe as soon as he steps foot on the court for the Bulls, he's going to make them a much better team offensively and defensively. Wendell most definitely has the skill to become a top 10 center in the league eventually, and in my opinion, I feel like he's going to be a top 3 big man out of this draft. He's going to pass up either Jaren Jackson Jr., Marvin Bagley, DeAndre Ayton, or even Mohamed Bamba. He's too good to at least not be better than one of those guys. In a couple of years from now, when Wendell becomes a real force for the Bulls, all of you Bulls fans are going to be so happy that you landed him.
Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me.
Next up, we got Mitchell Robinson, the 7'1" center with the 7'4" wingspan. He is one of the more interesting players out of this draft because he didn't get to showcase his talent and skills on the court just like all the other prospects last year. So that could be the reason why he slipped all the way down to the 2nd round. Mitchell could honestly be the diamond in the rough and possibly the steal of this draft. What he showed in summer league defensively was absolutely remarkable. By just looking at him, you'd expect him to be, you know, just your standard rim protector. But he's actually more than that. He is insanely disruptive on that side of the floor. Because of his mobility and length, he's able to guard the perimeter pretty effectively and do a good job of forcing the opponents to take a bad shot. You know, people have been talking about Mo Bamba and Jaren Jackson Jr. being the best big man defenders out of this draft, but I believe it is time to add Mitchell Robinson's name to that list. If he continues to develop his body and expand his game on the offensive side of the floor, the New York Knicks would be set. Kristaps Porzingis and Mitchell Robinson are gonna do damage.
Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me. Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me.
Now let's talk about his teammate, Kevin Knox. Now, I'm not going to sit here and overhype Kevin, but I'm just going to let y'all know that if I had to put my money on it, he is going to be the steal of this draft. In his career, I can at least see him being an all-star. His skill set on the offensive end screams out 25 points per game scored, or at least it should to us, because of his ability to get to the rim through contact, and his solid jumper and handle on the ball. Keep this in mind, y'all. Kevin Knox is still only 18 years old, and he could easily be the best player out of this draft. We already know that wing players run this league, and Kevin could be up next. In my previous draft related video, I said that he was in the same class as DeAndre Ayton, Jaren Jackson Jr., and even Luka Doncic. When I watch Kevin Knox play, I'm not even gonna lie, bro, I see Giannis Antetokounmpo in him, and I see KD, Kevin Durant. We already know that wing players with that type of skill set run this league, and Kevin Knox very well could be up next. That's enough for Mitchell Robinson and Kevin Knox though. Let's get into the next potential steal.
Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me. Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me.
Svi Mykhailiuk. Yo, damn, I'm not even gonna lie. It took me a minute to get his name down and to be able to pronounce it the right way. Y'all don't understand how many stutter attacks I was getting by just trying to read it. But it's okay, cause I got it down and pat now. But anyways, Mykhailiuk captured the hearts and souls of Laker fans across the world because of his summer league performances. I don't like to get caught up in these summer league hype because, you know, it's just summer league. I'd rather look at a player's skill set, IQ, and all the other little things. That's literally all that should matter. And Svi, at least in my opinion, thrives at multiple things on the court. If you watched him play, you'd notice how smooth his stroke is. No homo. Yeah, no homo. I knew it ain't sound right. But anyways, yeah, Svi is one of the best shooters out of this draft. And he is going to play an important role once he starts playing alongside LeBron James, Lonzo, Rondo, and Brandon Ingram. Those guys are going to be the primary ball handlers of this team. But you know, if you really pay attention to Mikhailo, you'd notice that he just isn't a sharpshooter. He can do a little something with the ball, and he can even create his own shot too. Back when he played overseas, Mikhailo played point guard, so that explains why he's able to do things like take his defender off the dribble and do smooth step backs and etc. But once he made that transition into college, he really never had the opportunity to get his own because he played the three and the ball was mostly in their point guard's hands. At this point right now, Mikhailo is looking like a diamond in the rough. One of the reasons why I feel like he fell so low is because of his length. Mikhailo does stand 6'8", that's good and all, but you know, once you look deeper into things, he only has a 6'4" wingspan. Bro got them T-Rex arms. But now, of course, I'm pretty sure that all the teams that passed up on him are regretting it now. Even though his wingspan is awkwardly short, he still can get buckets and play solid defense. Mikhailo could very well become the Kyle Kuzma of this draft. For the slow ones, not skill set wise. What I mean by that is there are two players who came completely out of nowhere.
Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me. Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me.
Next up, we got Aaliyah Koval from the Phoenix Suns. Before the draft went down, I was pretty sure that Aaliyah Koval was pretty much a lock to go anywhere from 16 to 25 in the first round. But surprisingly enough, he fell into the second round, and I believe Ellie landed in the perfect situation. He absolutely has no competition going forward for his spot. I'm pretty sure sooner or later during the season, the Suns are going to end up giving him the keys to the offense. So he will have the perfect opportunity to show his skill set throughout the year. I believe Ellie could be one of the better steals out of this draft. He is a 6'2" point guard who has an overall strong feel for the game. He can make the pass to the open man, he can pull up comfortably from 3, and he's also a good finisher at the rim. Ellie is for sure going to be a top 3, maybe 5 guard out of this draft. The Phoenix Suns got a complete steal with the 31st overall pick. Y'all got a good one.
Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me.
Now let's move on to the next, DeAnthony Melton.
What the hell is that?
I'm almost 100% sure that you haven't even heard about this guy. I just learned about him a few days ago because of a good conversation that I had with my man Max. I would not call Melton a steal just yet, but he could end up looking like one in just a few years. Melton is known for how much of a dog he is on the defensive end. He is one of the best perimeter defenders in this draft without a doubt, and he most likely will play a part and fit perfectly in Mike D'Antoni's system in Houston. All he really needs to work on is his decision making and his three-point shot. He needs to be more consistent. On to the next and the last potential steal on my list.
Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me. Sleeping on me, keep on sleeping on me.
Dyer Smith. Now, I made a whole other entire video on Dyer Smith and why the 76ers traded for him. First things first, if I have to say it again, I will. The 76ers did not specifically trade down just to get Dyer Smith. They really traded down because the Phoenix Suns offered him that 2021 Miami Heat pick. But still, regardless, I think Dyer is going to be one of the better players out of this draft. Right now, he is a raw player, but if he just continues to put that work in with his jumper, he will be one of the best 3-and-D players in this league one day. Believe it. Right now, Dyer's bread and butter on the court is his defense, his athleticism, and his ability to slash to the rim. Once JJ Redick starts to get a little bit too old and starts slowing down and declining, and Dyer gains a strong, consistent jumper, he is for sure going to be the starting shooting guard of the future. Y'all need to stop sleeping on Dyer. But this is the end of the video. Dyer Smith, Mikhailo, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson, Aaliyah Koval, and DeAnthony Melton. Oh, and also Wendell Carter Jr. could end up being these steals and gems out of this draft. But yeah, man, this is the end of the video. Let me know who you think I missed. And until then, I'll get right with you. Yo.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made the shirt, free the way, told my girl who'd ever thought.